Hello students, welcome back. I'm Saif Abdi. I'm I'm associate professor at School of Management, VVD University. Okay, so in continuation with the business ethics classes, where I'm covering the unit 4. So today I'll be taking the topic psychological health. So in the initial few lectures, we had discussed knowledge versus wisdom, knowledge workers versus wisdom workers. And then in the last lecture, I had discussed stress and stress management. So, related with stress, today we are going to discuss psychological health. So, as I had discussed in the previous lecture, that stress can be caused by psychological or physiological things. So when something exceeds your capacity, either mental or physical, then stress happens. Or when you don't have the motivation to do a certain job, then also the stress happens. So since mostly in the kind of work we do, it's so we normally, when we work in an office, in any organization, in any corporate or multinational company, so we work mainly, we do not do much of physical work. It's very negligible. So our work is mental work. So that's why in these kinds of job, all the jobs which you guys would be doing in future, when you pass out or when you do your MBA, so it will be mental work. So with mental work, mental stress is the most common thing. So for mental stress, we have to look at the psychological health, because it's related with the psychology as well. So let's look at this thing, that for mental stress to occur, the individual must feel that they are unable to cope. So this feeling of helplessness can have a dramatic effect on the mental health. Anxiety and worry levels increase, and this can in turn lead to individual experiencing depression. Psychological health issues which might be caused by stress are low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, and breakdown. So basically what happens is that when we are not being able to cope up with certain kind of situation or certain individual, then and we feel helpless, so this actually affects our mental health. And what happens is then we have a feeling of anxiety, our worrying levels increase, and this leads to depression. Now let's see what are some mental health issue or psychological health issues. So first is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is in a way you feel very negative about yourself. You are very negative, be it your performance, be it your work attitude, or overall in general you feel very negative about yourself. That is called as low self esteem. So when you have this low self esteem, all your confidence goes away, and your performance suffers very badly, because you do not have confidence in yourself. Then anxiety is something when you are very curious about something, or when you suffer from something, as in that you are very anxious about things. So anxiety comes from anxiousness. So when you are anxious about something, then obviously there are negative effects of it. So for example, when you are anxious, when you are in anxiety, again you do not have confidence. You try you you take decision in haste. You take, and when you take decisions in haste, those decisions are bound to backfire. So these are the some issues with anxiety, and again, this is not good for your mental health. Then the third thing is depression. Depression is something wherein you totally go into a negative mindset, and you feel you try to be alone. You do not like anything, whether it's eating, going out, meeting people, and all these things aspects. So this is again, depression is a uh, at a very higher level of psychological health, where you are, when a person goes into depression, it can have very serious effects. So, and this is a level which is at the very top of psychological ill health. So when you are psychologically not well, so first of all, low self-esteem will come into picture, then anxiety will come into picture, and then depression will come into picture. So depression is, you can say, a third stage when you are not mentally well. And then comes the breakdown. So breakdown is something normally, when breakdown happens, so people who generally do suicide, that is the end result of, in some cases, of depression or breakdowns. So it can be that bad. So breakdown is like complete failure of your mental health. So that is at the topmost level of mental issues or psychological issues. So this was the various kind of stress related health issues. Now let's look at some things which are related to psychological health. Now there's something called addiction. Now what happens is that when people are feeling stress, so what they do is to take out that stress. Sometimes people m- uh, can take up some unhealthy habit. So those unhealthy habits can be drinking alcoholic drinks, or smoking cigarettes, or in some worst cases, taking drugs, or indulging into gambling. So this becomes an addiction for them, because they are not uh, uh, doing a proper or healthy way to come out of the stress. They are taking a shortcut, which is actually worsening their situation. So normally we see it in an office, then when there is a stressful situation, normally smokers, what they do is they go out and they start smoking. So they think that this will lessen their stress. But what is happening is that it is actually, in the short run, it might, there is no scientific proof of it, that by smoking your stress goes out, but that's the psychological thing that they develop, and they start smoking, that it will remove their stress. And ultimately what happens is that they become addictive of smoking, and it causes various damages, like injuries to lung, like heart issues problems, and blood pressure problems, and likewise many problems. Similarly, people become addictive to alcoholism, alcoholic drinks. So again, that initially they will drink one or two packs, and maybe once a week or once a month. Then slowly and gradually they will start drinking every day, and they become heavy drinkers. And again, these have serious implications, like liver problems, heart problems, and all these things. And drug addiction, everybody knows that what all harm it can cause. So addiction is something which people actually most of the time do because to cope up with stress, but they do not understand that it is actually worsening their situation, both physically and psychologically. Then one more aspect of psychological health issues is increased conflict. Now, what happens is that when a person is under stress, it affects his performance. And once his performance gets affected, obviously he started performing badly. And then when he starts performing badly, his numbers are getting affected, his promotion is getting affected, his salary or increments and bonuses are getting affected. So all these situation leads to conflict. So because the person he remains irritated all the time. So then what will happen is that if somebody is giving him work, or if somebody jokes with him, or any other normal day to day life which was normal till the time this person was having normal mental health, but when he is in stress, this he starts fighting with people. And this is what conflict is. So he will maybe quarrel with his wife. He will maybe scold his children. He will be in conflict with his bosses. He will be in conflict with his peers, his colleagues, and his no, his subordinates also. So second thing is the consequences of mental issues is increased conflict. So first one is addiction. Second one is increased conflict. Now, another thing, the next step after increased conflict is that again the consequence is that once you started so first your performance is gone, then you are also not cordial with your organization's people. So next step is disciplinary action. So what happens is that when you are on a regular basis in conflict with the people in your office or your colleagues, then the management decides to take a disciplinary action. And if then also you do not control yourself, then you that might also lead to your dismissal from the office. Now, so we have seen what all consequences of stress are. Now, let's see how we can manage stress. So coming under stress is not a big issue. So this is not something that you should fear. So, and everybody once in a while has to go through some or the other kind of stress. So, even students, while you are giving exams or you are preparing for a exam these days, students also come under stress. Or while when your results are out, you have not performed as per your own expectation or your parents' expectation, then also students come under stress. But that does not mean that that stress is something really bad, or actually it is bad, but it's something which we can overcome by doing very small things, including that in our lifestyle, in our work life, or maybe maintaining a work life balance. So all these things help you manage stress. So for example, if you have work related stress, so you should never bring it back to your home. When you are with your wife, with your kids, or your family members, parents, you should never talk to them about your professional work, because that will again, if you are bringing the stress or office work back to home, then you are polluting the environment of your house as well. So that is one thing. Then uh, going out for vacation, going out on weekends, eating out, enjoying a movie, or eating out something which you like, or meeting old friends. So basically these things act as a healer for your mental health. Now we will discuss some things in particular. So first and foremost thing to manage stress is exercise. So when you exercise, uh, this will basically relax your body and your mind, and also it will improve your mood. Why? Because when, say for example, you go for a morning walk, or you go for a jogging in the morning or in the evening, or you do cycling, or you do some kind of sports you play, whichever way you like, or some people even do yoga. So what is this? When you exercise or work out, this basically rejuvenates your body. So all the blood vessels starts pumping blood so very fast, and your heart also starts beating, you sweat, and all these things basically improve your overall health. And what happens is that this also affects your brain. So the veins and arteries which are taking blood to your brain, to your heart, they started functioning very nicely. So all this helps to relax your body and mind. Some the body also releases some kinds of hormones, so which are very helpful in relaxing your body and mind. Then second thing related with the exercise and workout is your relax your muscles. So how can you relax your muscles? So by you can maybe get a massage, or head massage, or a body massage, or you can do stretching, or you can take a hot water bath, or you can take a steam bath, or you can have a good sleep. Maybe I say for example, if you normally sleep say 6 to 8 hours, try to, if you are under stress, you can sleep for maybe 10 hours. And so all these things will help relax your muscles, because actually when you get tensed, your muscles also get tense. Then there is something called deep breathing. Deep breathing is basically a very shortcut method to relax yourself. So for example, when you are going for an interview, you feel you feel a lot of stress, but just before entering the interview room, if you take deep breaths and breathe in and breathe out 4 or 5 times, that 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 does magic. So जो आप whatever tension you have, whatever inhibitions you have, or the stress you are having overall, it reduces it a lot. So deep breathing helps you a lot, and basically it takes the pressure off you. So this is a very good exercise. Then the next one is your diet. You have to eat well to manage stress. So you should include lot of fruits in your diet. You should include lot of grains. You should increase, if you eat meat and eggs and all, if you are non-vegetarian, include lots of protein. And if you, even if you do not eat, you can, there are other sources of protein like soya bean and all these things which you should eat. So you should include milk and all these healthy foods in your diet. You should cut on um, tea if you are excessive drinking excessive tea or coffee, or you are eating lot of fast food, lot of oily food, and these kind of stuff which you eat, you will have to remove from your diet. So this again, you will decrease your stress by eating healthy food. And you will have to eat food on time. So and you should have a very good breakfast, and lunch should be nominal, and the dinner should be very light, and you should and these should be timely. So ideally you should have dinner at 8, lunch at around 1, and breakfast should be around 9, between 9 to 10. So when you will improve your eating habits. You will eat healthy food in a timely manner, along with exercise. This will also have many benefits, and it will help you to manage the stress. Then there is something called slow down. So what is happening is that we are living in a very fast-paced environment, and each one of is running. That how fast can we uh, uh, how fast can we earn more and more money, how fast can we get promotion, and how and everybody is running to just, and they don't know where they are running, but there is a race going on. So everybody wants to earn money, fame, and whatnot. But what is happening is that they do not know that at what expense they are doing that. So, whatever you may achieve at whichever age, but it should not be that whatever you have achieved, you are not able to enjoy that. So, if you are living the life in the fast lane, you will there are more chances that, because when you are doing a more, whatever is your, whatever is the capacity of your mind or your body, if you are trying to push your body, push your mind to do more and more and more, then what will happen is that ultimately your body or your mind will give up. So that's what happens when I had shown you that you go in depression or you break down. So whatever you want to achieve, give yourself a break and go at a slow and steady, go at a steady pace, neither slow nor not too fast, because ultimately it can take a heavy toll on your mind and body. So go at a steady pace. That will help you manage stress. Then there's one more thing, which is take a break. So for example, if you are working at a breakneck speed for 3 months, 4 months, or 6 months, whatever, so it is advisable to take a 3 4 day break or a week's break. Go out to a hill station or to seaside and take a break and relax. Switch off your mobile phones. Don't read your mails and all these things. Take a good break. So basically, what will happen is that this will help you rejuvenate yourself. So once after 1 week or so, whatever your break was, when you come back and join your office, your professional work, you will be totally refreshed. Like what happens when we after a day's work, when we come back home, we are very tired. And if we just after coming back, if we take a shower, we take a bath, what happens, we come out of the bathroom very fresh. All the tiredness and everything goes down. So similarly, a break, like going outside and relaxing for a few days a week, that similarly that helps in a way that it rejuvenates you, and you can feel the freshness in yourself. Then there are various other things which you can do, that you should take time out of your hobbies, time out for your hobbies. So for example, during your college days, if you are into sports, or you were into dance, or dramatics, or any other thing, you should take up that. If you are good at writing in literature, so you should take up that. If you are into music, if you love playing some or the other instrument, so start doing that. Take time out for that. And that you should do actually on a weekly basis or a daily basis. uh, so that will also help you relax. Or as we normally do, watch movies on a weekly basis, listen to music. Listening to music also help relax your mind. So all these things, basically these are tools to help you relax and manage stress. And one more thing which is also very helpful is talk to someone. This is very, very, very important. If you are under stress, apart from doing all these things, don't keep it to yourself. You should talk to someone in if you think that some it's a professional problem or professional issue, or you need help or guidance, or just you just maybe want to uh, take out all your frustration. You can talk to your friend, you can talk to your colleague, or and don't just talk to anybody. You should talk to a person who basically who has empathy for you. So, and don't talk to someone who makes fun of you. Talk to someone who has empathy with you. So he talking to him, just by talking to him, when you will say all those things, will take the stress out of you. And once he will hear you out, he will empathize with you. He will talk to you. He will give you time. That will give a lot of healing to your mind. So talking about your problems is actually very healthy, and we all go through stress. We all have these kind of issues, so there is nothing bad in it that you have a disease or something like that. It is not bad. Everybody goes through stress, and you should talk it out. We have been hearing this quite a lot recently about Sushant Rajput, and everybody is saying that he has done suicide and he was under stress. Because of the stress, he broke down, and uh, uh, he committed suicide. But and everybody, like all the experts of the opinion, is that if he had spoken to somebody, if he had talked to somebody, then he might have not taken this drastic step. So this was a recent example. So this is how you manage stress. So I'll end it here today. So this was all about stress management and psychological health. Thank you, class. Until next time. Bye bye. Have a nice day.